Coach Todd, thanks for your time this morning. Congratulations on a fairly good season last year. Let's talk a little bit about that. We were 11-5-5 last season, and then we were 6-2 in the conference, having to play a playing game against Southwestern College. Can you give me a little recap of last season and what we had gone through?
Yeah, and we went through some injuries. Obviously, Carly Ironside, we missed her as our center back. Majority of the season, she didn't come back till the very end in the playoffs. So that certainly affected us a little bit. I thought we had two hard-fought games against Southwestern and just didn't play up to our potential in both of those games during the regular season. Lost 1-0 on both of those games, and it felt very good to validate I thought our year by coming back and beating them in that first playoff game at home, beating them 2-0. I thought it was a resounding victory, and I thought it showed that we definitely had the pedigree to move on. We went up to Santa Barbara as a 14 seed and gave the 3 seed Santa Barbara all that they can handle. They hadn't lost at home in over 2 years. I don't think they'd gotten a goal scored on them all season. So for us to score, take to double overtime, lose obviously in double overtime, but really have the girls fight to that point. I thought it was really hard fought, and it gave a lot of our freshmen a lot of good experience for this upcoming year to be in that kind of a playoff atmosphere.
Now, you mentioned a couple of the players there. Two of our particular players that are moving on to the next level is Anna Salas and Madison Cosgrove, who were our top 2 scorers last year, contributing 17 points total into the season. Tell me a little bit about what they brought to this team last season, and obviously besides the score that they put out, what are we going to miss from them this season?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is work ethic. Both of those players worked their tails off. Every time they came to the pitch, they were 100% given to make sure that the team got better. You could never doubt Maddie's her heart and her ethic, her work ethic. And then Soph was always about working the best that she could to score goals. And so I think both of those girls were going to miss huge with their work ethic. We hope to fill in the pieces. We think we have some pieces to fill in, but definitely two big shoes to fill.
Another player that we're going to miss this year is team captain Ironside, Carlin Ironside. She's moving on to, I believe, Cal State LA.
Correct.
Although she was injured last season, she did definitely set a tone within the team. Tell me a little bit about her as well and what we're going to miss from her.
Yeah, so we had her for 2 years. After her being a transfer from Cal State Northridge, she redshirted up there, came down and played for us for 2 years. We're going to miss her presence in the back. She's a big, strong, physical kid who was willing to sacrifice her body for anything, and it showed in terms of her, going down with the shoulder injury just because of that's the way she plays. She plays 100% and doesn't know how to say stop. So her presence in the back is going to be missed. Her leadership. Again, we hope to fill those pieces, but we're excited that she's moving on to the next chapter of her life too.
How are we looking at the goalkeeper position? Last season, Alyssa Warner was named the 2018 PCAC Goalkeeper of the Year. How are we looking at that as far as how she's looking and also the depth of our position?
It's a great question because Alyssa is coming back, and we're obviously very blessed to have that position solidified because of her presence from last year. As you said, Goalkeeper of the Year last season in our conference, really was outstanding last year throughout the playoffs. She was huge in that Santa Barbara game. We couldn't have been into double overtime without her presence and without her shot blocking ability. Funny to say, but we have a young lady, Sarah Young, coming in, and she is a transfer from, she actually went to Carlsbad High School, went away, played away back in the Midwest, and is now coming back. She's going to vie for that starting position, so I think it's going to push Alyssa a little bit, and it's going to be a good competition. Both are great keepers. Both are going to give us some depth there. It'll be nice to have that kind of competition this year and see who comes out to the top.
Okay. Now that moving forward into this upcoming season, you started mentioning new players. Who are we bringing in this year, and what do they bring to the table?
Yeah, I think up top, that was one of our big needs to fill. As you said, Maddie and Soph Salas are gone, so we got a transfer from Westview High School, went away to University of Northern Colorado Division I program, and so Violet Renard is going to be coming in and hopefully producing some goal scoring opportunities and probably putting the ball in the back of the net for us. Ariana Ravello is another young lady from Granite Hills High School. Has tremendous pace, nose for the goal. We're really looking forward to having her fill in some pieces up top. In the midfield, we have a Lena Samuels, who is from the South Bay, Chula Vista, Bonita Vista High School. She's going to be playing in the center of the park for us this year. I think she's going to add a lot of presence for us. And then outside back, we have a couple transfers coming in as well. To fill Carly's spot, Iana Sainez is a West Hills product who went away also into Nebraska small college and came back. She's going to be tremendous for us, as well as we have Lena Samuels, who is coming back, Chico State red shirt, and she's going to come in and transition into our outside back position. So I like a lot of the talent that we brought in. I think it's going to the pedigree is going to be very, very high, and so far the 3 weeks that we've been training, the effort's been fantastic.
Now, we're talking a lot about what we're doing on the field. I wanted to segue a little bit into what we're doing off the field. Everyone here at Mesa knows the program that you run. You run a very tight ship. Congratulations on having 8 student athletes being named All-Scholars, PCC All-Scholar team, including Madison Cosgrove, who was named on the U.S. Coaches Women's Scholar All-American team. Tell me the importance of, not just what they do on the field, but being a well-rounded student athlete and the academics that these kids produce.
Yeah, I think it's super important that, at the end of the day, that they get their degrees and they go on and pursue their passion in whatever the academic field that they're looking for. I think we need to be realistic that, well, these young ladies are fantastic athletes and there's more opportunities available to play professional soccer. Probably the majority of them are going to go on into some sort of industry and some sort of degree that's going to help them in their long-term careers. So I feel like it's super important that they really focus on their studies, and we talk about that every day. Academics is first for us. Academics trumps soccer. We want to make sure they do very well in the classroom, and so we do everything to provide support for that. And at the end of the day, like you said, to have 8 people last year on the PCAC All-Scholar Athletic team was really rewarding for us as a team.
Okay, well, Coach, thank you for your time. Last season you received your 300th win. Congratulations on that. Very big accomplishment. What are your goals this year? Not only personally, but also what are we going to be looking for this season?
Yeah, I think one thing that's changed is our conference. In the past, we've been 2 divisions in one conference, a South and a North. This year, with some conference restructuring, we have 9 teams in our conference, so it's only one conference champion. So we're back to 9 teams having to battle 8 other teams to win the conference title. We've won the South title 5 of the last 6 years that we're here. Last year we didn't get it done, so I think that's our #1 priority, is to win the conference title again. Certainly get into the playoffs again. This is going to be my 22nd year. We've been to the state playoffs 19 of my 22 years here. We want to keep that trend going and really make a deep run. I think we have the athletes and the bench to do it. Our depth this year is going to be tremendous, and I really think we have a ability with our schedule and with the athletes we have to make a deep run into the playoffs this season.
Well, Coach, we are looking forward to the start of the season. Last season was definitely exciting, especially with that play-in game here against Southwestern College. I believe our first game is August 22nd. We have a scrimmage against Case San Marcos.
Correct.
And our home opener is on the 27th. Again, we thank you for your time, and we'll see you out there on the field.
Thank you.